Here we are, day 2 with no power. So I'm really concerned about the freezer food. So I've been posting, trying to trade divination services for donation. I am completely out of my propane, so I can't take anything to the grill to cook it up. We are going to try and build a fire. I just don't know how well that's going to turn out. My cast irons are completely dirty, which means I have to throw them in the fire for a while to clean. So we're gonna be having quite the process here. We're expected to have no power again for the next 24 to 48 hours. So freezer foods are only gonna stay okay for the first 48 hours if you have a full freezer. I have 3 freezers and they are relatively full. So they should be okay, I pray. Um, if we get power back today. If we don't get power back today, we're in trouble. So I need to be prepared to get this food cooked because after today, it should be thawing now. Actually, ice cream should already be soft and melting, things like that. So a lot of things are gonna end up being freezer burnt. I have probably well over $1,000 worth of frozen goods. A lot of that isn't even meat, it is vegetables. So that is a problem. I'm gonna need to figure out how I'm going to replace the food and feed us for the rest of the next few weeks till I get paid. Um, I am hoping that I'm blessed in this time of need since when I usually ask for help, I usually don't get it. I'm not very good at asking people for help in general, but um right now this is involving my daughter, so it's concerning me that we're without power for so long and we're about to lose all of this food. So today I have to go out to the car and take the rechargeable fan and the charging banks and get them on the chargers, make sure they're full for tonight. Put the rechargeable lamp on the charger, go exchange charging banks with my mom and my brother, make sure that they have everything that they need. They're also gonna lose all of their food. Um, my brother's concerned because the food is only good in a freezer for up to 48 hours if the freezer is full. His isn't. So his is probably already on its way to being thawed out. And then they had a grocery pickup yesterday uh that they shouldn't have got. I don't think they anticipated that the power was going to be out this long. They should have canceled those groceries because they got more fridge and freezer things that are not going to be any good, and we have no way to cook anything. So I am going to do the best that I can for everyone and try and offer divination services for donations to try and get propane to cook up what we have. Maybe even my generators are down. We can't even My son's been trying to tinker with the generators. We have 2 of them, trying to get them running. They're like one kicks on but it's not kicking out any amps. There's no power, so we can't hook any freezers or refrigerators up to anything. So I can't rescue my mom or my brother from their fridge and freezers going out. Um, so I personally have 3 freezers full, and if we don't get power soon, everything is going. Chopper! Sorry, I have a dog who's being really bad. Chop! I can hear him getting into stuff. I don't know what the dog's issue is now, but like since the power went out, this dog has been going nuts. So, anyways, we also lost water because we're on a well and we have to have electricity to run the pumps to get water. So now we don't have water. We do have gallons of water, but I only have 4 gallons of water. So I do need to buy more water. I need to get propane or something to get this food cooked up. I am gonna try and build fires later to clean my cast iron skillets because they've been on the back porch for a year. They need to get cleaned, and the only way to do that is to put them in the fire. So I have to do that so I can cook since I can't use my grill because I'm completely out of propane. And I wasn't planning for this because, I'm having the bariatric surgery next month, so I'm going to be on a liquid diet for the next after the 28th. I start my 14-day liquid diet. And so I wasn't gonna buy any more propane because I'm not gonna be grilling, and then this happens, and now I have to cook up all this food and also have money to like buy ice or dry ice or something. So after it's cooked, I can store this stuff in the freezer. Even if I got dry ice, I would be fine. I could stick the dry ice in the freezer and my food would be fine. But I have to have money for that. So I don't have money for that. And hi, how are you? How are you, Bree? So um I'm just gonna do the best I can. I'm not gonna have any expectations. I am offering services, divination services for donation. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It's not meant to be. That's all I gotta say. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, please help me, or anything like that, because it is what it is. The universe always provides. My mom raised me that way my whole life. Like I always believe in God. God will always provide for me no matter what. Even if I lose all the food, something good will come. So that's just the way it is. Whether it's meant to be through divination services and someone blessing me that way or blessing me just because they feel like it or not, it doesn't matter. So I'm not really concerned about that, but I am offering it if anybody is interested. So I will just go ahead and talk about some of the things that I do and my background just a little bit, just so it's out there. I have a lot of new people on my profiles. I'm a hereditary witch, psychic medium. I go way beyond 500 generations. It is proven. My grandmother did genealogy, and my great aunt does genealogy. Um, there's a dog running loose. Yay. So, anyways, so I know a lot about my past, my family history. My mom did psychic readings since I was a little girl. I am. I did go to church on Sundays. My dad was Catholic. My mom was. She was raised Pentecostal, but she raised me. I guess what's considered pagan. She called it the old ways. She didn't call herself pagan, but it's the old ways. And what that is it's basically the natural law. It is herbalism, natural medicines, cooking, um, gardening, uh, connecting with the universe, things like that. Paganism's not what probably most people think it is. It's like shamanism in a lot of ways, except for the story. They don't have the stories like shamans do. So, anyways, that's that. So I read crystal ball, tarot, oracle. I don't really prefer tarot. Tarot is more. I don't read tarot the traditional way. Everything for me is through symbology. It is the authentic way to read tarot. But so because of that, it takes me I'm just like it takes me longer, and it's more of a processed reading. I mean, it's just like I have to look at the artwork and then tell a story. That's how I read them. So, and then I do charms, um runes, bones, smoke, fire, spell work, um Spell work to me is power of manifest. It's a power of prayer. Just getting it out there. What is witchcraft? That's what it is. So if you pray to God and to the heavens and you are wishing for a wish to be fulfilled, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay. Some people just have an intensity with it and it becomes more powerful. And it's even more powerful when two people are doing it. So, like the person who requests it and the person who's performing it. It can be dangerous. You have to be careful. You have to cast your circles. You have to protect yourself and the persons involved. You have to make sure that you give a clause to the person so they know that whatever they're wishing for, the outcome could be different. Like if they're wanting love, I can't call on someone specific. You might be able to do that on your own. That's between you and God. But I don't mess with free will. But if I perform a love spell, it can come in many forms, such as even a baby. That is something that's important for all people to know. So you have to be careful what you wish for. And I believe in the power of three. It's the three aspects within, and also a time frame. So 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, nothing beyond that. So those are my expectations when I do any spell work. I will tell you beforehand if I believe that it'll even be successful, so you don't even waste your money. Um, when I give guided instructions, they're expected to be followed. If they don't and things don't happen the way that you planned, that's kind of because you're not following the rule. Uh, I do mediumship. I don't really prefer to do mediumship. It does take a lot. I'm a channeling medium. I also am a vessel for it. So I become the battery and it takes a toll on me and it can take me out of commission for months. So I rather not. I do energetic medium readings, such as what I feel from them or what I might actually physically hear. They're more vague, just a heads up, but they do get quite a bit of information. Um, uh, I'm really good with relationships, and that's all types of relationships. My forte was always demonology, spiritual cleansing, blessings, things like that, portal closings. Um, uh, but when it comes to my psychic services, above all, it's relationships, primarily with romantic relationships. Although I haven't always had the greatest relationships myself, which I don't highly recommend someone giving advice that hasn't had the best relationships. I feel like I've had pretty good relationships. And so I feel like I do have a lot to offer. I've had a lot of experience also, but as an empath, and because of my experience, I have an understanding, a broad understanding in regards to what I'm feeling energetically to give the best advice to help someone in that situation. Um, I feel like I am able to, as a certified psychologist and life coach, also give the best advice or guidance in regards to how to communicate with another person to get two people to be able to work together. Sometimes there are situations where it's not fixable, but most of the time it is. Two people just have to be really willing to fix that. It can't just be one-sided either. I do couple therapy for two people together, but primarily mostly women want to come to me and try and get the help by themselves. It does make it harder for them, but it can be successful and I do have success stories. So, there's that. Another one that I've always been really good at is fertility. Gender and time frames. So, we have that. And I think I pretty much got everything out. So now we have that out of the way. So if anyone is interested in, oh, teacups, that was the only thing I think I forgot. I don't really offer those much, or the crystal balls or the runes or the tarot. I do the oracle and the psychic intuition mostly. That's my thing. Like I am an oracle, so I don't really need all those other things, but they are fun. I kind of quit reading the crystal ball since I had a glimpse of something I didn't like, and I kind of set that aside for a very long time now. Um, but it doesn't mean I won't pick it up if someone's interested. But now that that's out of the way, we can move on. I just wanted to get that out just in case anyone is interested in coming to me for any kind of divination services for donation to help during my power outage crisis. Anyways, I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm only a direct message away, so you can reach out to me at any time. I don't do services before noon Central Standard Time, and I typically don't do them after 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But in this situation, I'm willing to work around the time frames for the next few days. Uh, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I know I don't have many people watching me at the moment. For all those who had joined just for even a few seconds, thank you so much. I appreciate you. May you all be blessed always.